So hi, welcome to the second of my video series about learning how to foil, and today I'd like to introduce the Slingshot Hoverglide system and my understanding about the different components of the foil itself. The next video I'll do is going to be a breakdown video, so it's going to be each of the individual components almost as they come out of the box and then how they fit together. But this one is just going to be introducing this and my understanding around the different parts of the foil. All of my information has come from Jamie at Wet and Dry, great source, and then also the Slingshot Foil Academy, an online video series which covers wind foiling, sup foiling, kite foiling, really good and informative video series. So to start with the foil that I have the mast here, and attached to the top of the mast is a deep tuttle adapter. So if you've got a deep tuttle box in the bottom of your windsurfer, you can just pop this straight in, put two screws through, and it secures it in place. The Slingshot Hoverglide system also comes with a pedestal, so this would sit on top of the mast instead, and then you'd use 4 screws to attach it to the mast track, and then you have a bit more play about where exactly the mast is going to sit relative to the bottom of your board. But to start with, I thought I'd just go for the deep tuttle option because it's more of a plug and play, and then once I get a bit more comfortable I can start experimenting. So the mast itself is an aluminium mast. It's the 61cm version or length. This Slingshot also do 2 other lengths. It's the 38cm and the 74, I think. So for the 38cm, they recommend that mast for the people getting their first flights out the water. The 61 is what they call the touch and go stage, where you're starting to get your first sustained flights with the foil. And then the 74 is more if you're starting to drive and do manoeuvres. From a budget perspective and also from my learning, I thought I'd go for the 61. It might be a slightly steeper learning curve, but it'll be something that I can sort of develop and play more with in the future. And then I can, because the Slingshot Hoverglide is a modular system, I can buy a bigger mast in the future and just pop that in. So the mast attaches onto the fuselage of the foil, so that's what we have along the bottom here. The fuselage also connects the front wing to the back wing. They have a switch fuse system with the Slingshot Hoverglide. So I have this in the A position, and there's 2 other positions, the B and C, and they just change exactly where the mast fits in. So here I'm going to show you it's in the 3 different positions. So here we can see the mast in the A position here, so it's quite close to the front fin. There's actually a slot in position here within that front fin system and the fuselage to allow it to sit in that A position. So here we can see it in the B position. So originally the A position was here within the attachment between the fuselage and the front wing, but we can see that the mast has now been shifted towards the rear wing, and the idea being is that this is going to put the foil a lot further forward relative to your stance, so produce more lift towards the front foot or the mast at the front of the board, and this will be something that I'll hopefully start playing around with later. And finally we can see it here in the C position, where it's been moved even further back, the mast, relative to the front wing, so we're going to be pushing that lift even further towards the mast, the nose of the board, your front foot. And this was just achieved by simply flipping this fuselage 180 degrees. So it's great, you've got 3 different mast positions relative to the front wing, simply by just some of the holes in the fuselage, and also for being able to flip that fuselage around. So as described, those positions change where that front foil is going to be based and can alter how you foil, and that's something I'll be experimenting with in the future. So what we also have is the 2 wings, the front wing and the back wing. So the back wing, from my understanding, doesn't change too much. So the one I've got is the 42cm, and that's more just about keeping everything a bit stable. But for the front wing, you can get a number of different front wings. I've got the 76cm infinity. So the 76cm just refers to distance between the 2 front tips of the foil here. It's their flagship system that Slingshot do, so it's a good introductory system and progressive front wing. It's very stable, so it doesn't have too much rock from side to side. It's got good lift, as well as a good top speed. So I think they say the top speed on this front wing is about 25 knots. So to give you an idea, that's if you're on a 4.7, on a wave board, you're blasting along, you're going to be going about 20-25 knots anyway. So this is a really good top speed for this. They do several different other infinity front wings. The bigger one is about 84 centimeters, so we're going to be slightly longer and wider. That gives you more stability. It gives you a lower stall speed, so you're going to need less wind to be able to keep yourself flying on that foil, but you're going to sacrifice top speed for that one. And then they do a 65 centimeters, so shorter between the two. And that one's great for jumping, it's great for maneuvers, but you're going to have also really high top end speed, but it's not going to be very stable, and it's going to have a very high stall speed, so you're going to need a lot of wind to be able to keep flying the foil. So that's just an introduction to the Slingshot Hoverglide system that I have. The next video, like I say, is going to be a breakdown of how this all fits together. So thanks very much for watching, and looking forward to getting the next video out.